You're listening to In Response, a legacy podcast. A show where three handsome guys talk about their favorite Magic the Gathering format, Legacy. This show is brought to you by queerness@anycost.com and AUSTRIAN-legacy.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/response_legacy. And now, lean back and enjoy.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 24th episode Back to Magic Legacy Goes Austria of
In Response,
a legacy podcast.
I'm Philip Klein
I am Daniel.
And I'm Peter Plank.
and we're talking about legacy.
Most of the time.
So for this special episode we have a special guest for you, and this time we've got our owner of our local game store, Stefan Steiner. But at first, before we introduce our special guest, let's take a look at the personal stuff that happened in our lives. So we didn't talk. Who wants to start for this time?
I think since you have the most exciting stuff to talk about, let's start with you, Phil.
Okay, I don't think so. But yeah, we can do it like that. I'll try to keep it short and simple. I had a vacation. I had about a week of holiday, and yeah, the problem was that I had planned to go to Italy, to Lignano with my girlfriend, but she had how do you say it?
A surgery.
A surgery, yeah, on her back, and I had to cancel everything, and I visit her every day in the hospital. So yeah, I would say I've got the going for me, which is nice, but that wasn't nice. Yeah, that was a little bit of a wasted holiday / vacation. But yeah, I made the best out of it, and I could drive a little bit with my motorbike around, and also I was hiking in the mountains.
Where did you go?
It's just a little. You can't even call it a mountain, actually.
A little hill.
It's more of a hill, and it's more of. Yeah, but it was hiking. It was certainly not climbing.
Yeah, I'm asking because next week I have my own vacation, and maybe you have some tips for me.
Oh yeah, it's in Scharnstein.
Scharnstein, okay.
And it's the Mittagsstein and the Meisenkogel.
You told me about this a while ago, actually.
Yeah, it's very nice, and it's very small. You can go up there in about 1 hour.
Yeah,
I think, and only the last 20 meters are to climb to climb on top. But it's very nice. It's everything very shady, and if the sun burns on the ground, and it's pretty chill.
okay, yeah.
So and the best thing about it, it's very it's the opposite of crowded, actually.
Yeah, not many people are there.
Yeah,
You can really enjoy the nature.
Yeah, that's
and,
so cool, and I really love it. Love it there. And yeah, that's probably all my personal stuff that happened because I was very. Yeah, I played some D&D also. I have a second D&D group now, which I got to know through my work, and we had our first D&D session 2 weeks prior to this. For our viewers, for our listeners, we're recording this on the 10th of August, so today's Tuesday, and yeah, it was very nice having another D&D group, and also all newbies. So me as the DM, I was able to explain them everything and play a little one shot, and it was really cool. I loved it, and this Thursday we are playing again, and I'm very looking forward to it. Yeah, that's probably about me. I try to keep it short. Peter, you go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, basically to shorten it up, I played more Magic most likely in the last few weeks than in all of 2020. I mean, since COVID hit, basically. Yeah, I've went to basically every FNM. I played my Paint the Brew. I'm now from Madu to Boros, which is basically a little
You
bit better.
betrayed me.
Yeah. I mean, Plague doesn't give you anything in Magic anymore besides Plague Engineers, which is the only Black card I'm playing now.
So stupid. Fuck this shit.
And
All hail
yeah.
the Mardu Horde.
yeah, Daniel and I and 3 of our friends went to Freising near Munich.
In
And
Bavaria, Germany.
Germany.
You have to tell him this because it's not in Austria.
Yeah, there you have leather trousers and drink a lot of white beer. So everything works out fine there.
The prejudice is real.
I mean, I drank a Cola Weizen there, and
It's just a crime.
and Gino ordered a black Weizen, and yeah, the
I'm not sure if I want you to say this here.
How's it called?
The waitress.
The waitress switched those two around, and I drank from the dark white beer, and yeah, tastes good. I don't taste any Coke, but it's okay. And Gina with a full focus on black white beer. So yeah, it tastes beautifully, and he drank the Cola Weizen, and he was just completely disgusted. Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
but yeah, that's about it. What about you, Daniel?
Yeah, like you also said, I was also in Freising. We played together the event there, and I actually had a little bit of achievement there. I finished at 6th place, if I remember correctly, with my band Stoneblade.
Congrats.
Yeah, I played band Stoneblade. Usually or normally I would play just in the better version, which is band Snow Control, but I have the same problem like we talked about, Peter.
Yeah.
I'm just too slow in order to play a control deck to finish in time.
And that's what years of playing Storm have done to you.
I mean, that's why I'm more of a combo player actually. Yeah.
I mean, Daniel, I said I'm not too slow to play with a control deck. I said I'm too bad to finish a game with a control blade deck because I don't know when to switch around.
Okay. I have similar problems. And therefore I just jammed in the Stoneforge package to have more just a faster clock.
Yeah, because a 6/6 that gains 3 life and draws a card when it enters our attacks isn't enough of a clock already.
Yeah, I figured. I actually thought about, since we have access to Euro, that the clock is too. It's fine, but I'm actually not sure. I think
You need fucking call draw.
I mean, the problem nowadays is with Swords to Plowshares and Prismatic Ending, you have a lot of tools to deal with an Uro running around.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was quite a nice event. I mean, I have one interesting situation where my opponent was just, I don't know, he was complaining about me drawing all my swords and Prismatic Vista. He was playing the Delva version of Ragavan and Dragonwrench Channeler, and he was complaining after the game, since I won, that I had all my swords and all my prismatic endings, but I find this complaint to be rather silly because in order for me to be able to cast those cards, he would have also needed to draw all his threats. It's like the same.
Oh my
same
god,
thing.
you drew 8 of your removals. Well, you drew 8 of your friends.
Yeah, that's exactly my thought. And he was like, well, this is just what my deck is doing. So, yeah. But this was basically all concerning Magic for the last three weeks actually to highlight. So,
yeah,
that's about it.
Just for the notebook, I've played 2 times Chant Madness to 3-1 in the shop. Whoa!
I played 2 times Painted to a 3-1 in the shop.
Yeah, bro. Cenk players unite.
And a small sub-session. I've won against Blue Red Delva, activating Grindstone for 12 to 14 times. So congrats to me.
Okay, I think that's probably enough for the personal stuff. Now we go back to the
Back to Magic?
to the serious, to some serious topics. At first, oh my god, the wine is kicking in. At first, I can now introduce our special guest, Stefan Steiner. Oh yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, that's great. I love it. So Stefan, you are our local game store owner since when now?
Since 8 years.
Okay, that's
We opened the store on 2013.
okay.
Yes,
It's actually a long time ago right
long
now.
time.
Yeah.
Time went.
And how long are you interested in Magic or in card games in
even
general?
longer. Started playing with Odyssey. And I bought some 7th edition booster.
Oh yeah.
Beginning.
So the real question is, do you have a 7th edition? How is the janky...
Foil counterspell.
No, not
No,
foil
no.
counterspell. The foil, there is a 7 mana, 7/7 vanilla blue creature or something like that.
Wizardtricks.
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 But it's a 6/6.
It's a 6/6,
Yeah.
but it's hella expensive.
Is it? Really?
Yeah, I think the Wizardtricks
In foil?
in
In-
foil
yeah, in
should
foil,
be
okay.
for a few tenths to hundreds of dollars, I think.
Don't know.
I think
But I opened
I got to look it up.
Rolling Stones.
Is this the land that can be a free?
No, it's an enchantment.
Wandering Stones is this.
Enchantment. Walls can attack.
Walls can attack.
Walls
okay.
can attack.
This is one nice one.
That's
Well,
nice,
also
that's
know
nice.
That's a legacy staple here, right there.
We play Walls Control now.
Wall control. Yes.
I think there's one blink for Storm players in Legacy. There is the Duress version in the 70th edition. I think, if I remember correctly, the foil version is actually black bordered.
Yeah.
Yes,
And the
even,
7th edition.
the German copies
Yeah.
are really expensive.
They're really
in foils.
expensive, yeah.
Foil.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Zwang.
So I'm just looking up the foil Wizardtricks.
Yeah.
The fuck?
That's the
Buyout.
The cheapest English copy is in the
It's in
cheapest.
damaged condition and it's 50 euros. Fuck.
and-
Nice.
and
And the first one in near mint is for 200 euros.
Oh my god.
As I said, 7th edition foil
Kuwait's
is
legacy staple.
It's a meme actually.
no. Basically, every 7th edition foil is going through the
Yeah.
roof because 7th edition is unique art for each card, and the only blackboard version is the foil one. And
Oh.
it's. I think it is similar to one foil in a box or something like that. They were really, really rare back in the days.
Okay.
I can't remember the foils.
Yeah. But a small question: when did you decide that you want to open up a game store or something like that?
It was more instant because the old shop closed, and it was a opportunity for us
Yeah.
to start
Because
a
there
new
was
shop.
a shop prior to your shop in
Yes.
Linz, if you remember. Yeah.
Yes.
It was
And
the
it
one
was
in Urfa.
Yeah.
yeah,
That was a Kartenladen run by
Kartenladen.
Alexander Rauber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Silat.
And yes,
Nagel,
yeah. Also. Here's the
Great guys.
Here's the local game store in Bells now.
Yeah.
Silla,
Games, toys, and more.
Yeah.
No, Magic and Games.
Magic,
Yeah, and
Magic
Bells,
and Games, yeah.
Magic and Games well.
But it's a very small shop.
yeah.
A little bit smaller than
Yeah.
our store. Yeah.
I mean,
Smaller town.
30% of the store.
About yeah. Thanks.
Uh,
Yeah. But so you decided with a friend of yours to open up because there was
Yeah.
just a hole in the community
yes.
that could be filled, and
It's a good
Like all hosts,
opportunity
it should
for
be
us.
filled.
so we have guests here. So yeah, so it was just the opportunity to open up a space and
Yes.
try.
Yes.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
what about your competitive life of Magic?
Let me phrase this a little bit different. You know the meme where this guy interviews the cat and says something like, "Oh, how long are you playing Magic?" "I think since 10 years. Oh, you must be really good at this then." And the cat's just crying. so how good are you? Are you the crying cat or?
Yeah, I was more a competitive player. I've tried to qualify for the Pro Tour 7 times or 6 times also.
You succeeded in this?
Yeah, one time I won the MOX qualifier and earned 4Ks. Was the biggest.
It was the biggest tournament
Success,
accomplishment for you, yeah.
And you mentioned it was the first qualifier at all for
It was
for
the
the
first
Moxa.
qualifier when they started the series.
This was in 2009.
Yeah, it was Lorwyn Standard with Shadowmoor.
What were some good stacks back in
I
the days?
played green-white tokens, and the metagame was fairies and Boros. Fairies was played in the final against fairies.
Okay. Fairies versus Fairies.
Yeah, it was a good matchup with deck.
Fairies versus Fairies. They had a good match.
And there was control. Control deck lost against fairies. And yeah, my matchup against control was really bad. Good draws.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's one fairy guy that was semi-successful in Modern with fairies back in the days, and he was really famous for his fairy deck back in the days. I think it was from Shadowmoor Standard or something like that. Do you remember? Who
I know 2 guys, Paulo Vitadama de Rosa was playing always fairies.
Okay.
And Shota
playing since
Yosoka.
then?
Shota Yosoka is the
Yeah,
Shota Yosoka,
but he's a really good player, pro. It's not the one.
I
one
mean,
of- one of-
PBDDR is not really a one-hit wonder.
No, not really.
I mean, he basically won Worlds last year or something like that.
Yeah.
He's
Because-
world champion, yeah.
Because he got his invitational card basically in the Spellbinder. Elite Spellbinder.
Elite Spellbinder, yeah, it's Paulo Vitadama de Rosas.
Nice card.
I mean, it's an interesting design. We can.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And yeah, one of your other accomplishments to round it out is you went top 100 in Planeswalker points for one time.
Oh, yes.
In the world.
In the
In the
world.
world,
In
yeah.
the world, yes, I was 37 or so, or 38. Yeah.
So you were
That's
invited
really nice,
to Hawaii to the legendary GP of Brian Kibler.
Yes, it was Innistrad Standard with Dark Ascension, with the new set Dark Ascension was released 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prior.
So that was with Stoneforge Mystic?
Stoneforge Mystic.
With Scars of Mirror
I,
deck or-
I qualified with Stoneforge Mystic decks. No.
No, Stoneforge Mystic was banned in Standard.
Yes.
Prior with Zendikar. I'm not sure how
I'm not
it
sure.
was.
I learned that Stoneforge Mystic was banned in Standard, but there was one, I think, that you can play Stoneforge Mystic, because if you played the exact list of the pre-con where Stoneforge Mystic was in it,
with the event deck.
yeah,
They released the event deck with the Stoneforge Mystic. Yes.
And Battle Skull.
and Battlescar.
No, Battlescar was not in the deck.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Just-
was not allowed to play the Battlescar with the Stoneforge in this deck.
Okay.
Yeah, but there was a pre-con where you could play Stoneforge still in Standard, even though it wasn't in Standard, even though it
You
wasn't
must
needed.
you must play the same deck list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me guess, you learned that in the Leaving a Legacy podcast. Am I right?
Leaving a Legacy episode 350 was just a banger. I really enjoyed the guest. They talked about the Flash Hulk era, and then chanked around. But really great episode.
Yeah,
Shout out to the boys.
I gotta say, I listened to them today at work, and it was really nice episode. Really cool. Yeah.
So
Yeah, we can talk about more about the Stoneforge decks.
yeah, what
We
are your
should do
thoughts
this.
about Stoneforge?
Yeah, it was a really nice deck earlier.
Yeah.
Was top 16 in Barcelona with Stoneforge,
At the GP?
close to top 8.
Okay.
Yes.
You certainly accomplished more than any one from us actually, and it certainly seems that the pro scene changed so dramatically now. It was better in the past.
Yeah, hopefully they go back.
Hopefully, but
hopefully.
we don't know.
It was a really big success, the Pro Tour.
Yeah,
When they closed to a 32 player,
yeah.
it was uninteresting for
Yeah.
all the
yeah,
others who
because it's so
tried
hard
to
to get in.
qualify for the Pro Tour.
I mean, it's basically, if you compare to traditional sports, if you compare it a little bit to like how football or soccer is in Europe, everyone has the chance to compete with the best. This is the Champions League.
Yeah.
But with this, how's it called? The Super League or something like that, that would have been founded
the Super League was
in March or something like that,
Mm.
which is basically an NFL-like closed league for 10 to 12 teams. I mean, there was rotating 4 teams or something like that, but that's uninteresting. We really don't want closed competition in an industry that has lived from the everyone can try the best and compete with the best.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the mentality that Magic had, and that really had the drive.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
people they loses the interest.
Yeah.
in that.
I mean, it would be something for me that I can compete with back in the days like a Brian Kibler, or today with a PVDDR or something like that, or a Luis Scott Vargas.
Yeah, it
This
was
would be really cool to play with them in the Pro Tour, but I mean, I had literally lost any interest in any qualifier tournament because I didn't understand the structure. And
Yeah, it is always the goal for each competitive Magic player to qualify for the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
And when you can't,
Yeah.
I should try to
Yeah,
qualify.
of course.
yeah, exactly. So yeah,
So I think this is enough for the introduction of our special guest. We have some Q&As from our community because I asked them today.
yeah.
And to round up our last episode, which had the proxy theme,
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you, Stefan, how do you think as a shop owner about proxies in general, and how do you think will they affect the shop in any way? Will the sales drop? Will the sales of other cards go up, or how will they affect you if they are affecting you?
Yeah, it's difficult. But I think the reserved list proxies is a nice idea. Proxies overall is bad, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I think the whole shops do not have many reserved list cards on stock, and you don't earn so many money with the reserved list cards.
Yeah,
It's more a speculation thing.
Yeah, I can totally get that. I mean,
I think more people will play Legacy. More people get in interest for this format, and so it's good for the local game store.
Okay. Yeah.
And you use proxies for really expensive cards.
So I think what we're trying to say is that what we also proposed is if a new player, maybe it is a modern player, maybe it's a completely new player at all,
or a commander player.
or commander player, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll try to comes to the store and sees, okay, we have a weekly legacy event. They can now, or if they want to try this format, if they don't know the format, they can. They would have now to buy all the reserve list cards. For example, if they want to play a Delver deck, they have to buy at least 3 duels. and this is I don't know six tools.
Blue red for free.
Blue red for
depends.
free, and it's close to in this case 1,000 or 2,000 euros in order just to try the event.
Yes.
And if you remove these cards, these expensive reserve list cards from the equation, they might only need to buy a playset of Force of Wills or
Which
I
is
don't know.
basically for 300 euros. So,
Sure, they are
But
expensive.
but
Also not-
if you
also
cut
not
it
cheap,
from
yes.
2.5k
Yeah.
to 500 euros,
Yeah.
it's a dramatic decrease.
Yeah.
But what we see is, or what you also might agree on is, in a situation where we don't have proxies, this player maybe will say, okay, now this is too expensive for me. I don't buy any cards
Yes.
and walk away from the store. And if this
Or play
player
another
sees
format,
proxies
maybe, yeah.
and play another format,
Yeah.
and if this player sees, okay, we accept proxies, he might come to you and even buy a playset of Force of Will, for example.
Yes.
And in the end, this will bring you
Or
money.
not even Force of Wills.
This is just one example.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You can buy. Maybe he had a lot of cards from this deck, from
Yeah.
the Delver decks, and And the point is also that the last year or half of a year, the prices really go up.
Skyrocketed.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Now it's a point. It's too expensive
Yeah.
for a beginner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a newcomer, because
Newcomer. Yeah.
if you can't try out the format, for myself, I've bought into Blue-Red Delver in a time where it was for a lot of guys too expensive, but it was just alright. I went to the same exact local game store and I bought myself a complete Blue-Red Delver deck, excluding
Volcanic Island.
I bought two
Okay.
Volcanic Islands. I bought the whole deck for 800 euros. I've bought 3 Scalding Tarn, 2 Volcanic Islands, a playset Force of Will,
Playset Wasteland.
a playset of Wasteland for 800 euros.
Yeah.
1 week later, I
Man,
came
this
there
is a
and
fine
bought-
price. This
It's
is
a nice deal.
This
It
is a
was-
fine price. I mean, a typical modern deck is also in this price category.
I
so
bought one of the box for 200 and one for 210.
yeah,
Yeah.
a
And
typical modern deck also costs this
Yeah.
as much
And
nowadays.
for example, if you want to try out some fancy things like Dreadnought or something nowadays, which is also on our list, I've played Dreadnought for my first
Yeah.
year of Legacy.
Dreadnought is over 100.
Yeah, I've bought
my
the
God.
Dreadnoughts. I had the decision between 15 euro for a normal copy or 20 euro for the promo copy. I mean, I bought the normal one. It's completely fine for me. I mean, the promo copy spiked to 200, the normal copy for 100, but I mean, today you can't even try out this card because I jam out 400 euro for some jank. It's insane.
It's insane. I also bought back then my, I think, Portuguese Dreadnoughts for 13 euros, and they are,
And it
I think
was-
they're played and
70
not
to
really
80 euros.
not really good condition, but oh my god, I wouldn't buy them now. Certainly not.
Yeah, earlier they played Dreadnought with Stifle.
Yeah,
I've played it with
for
Fling.
20 years or so.
Played with playing. You're the real MVP.
I mean, Stifle, Vision Charm and something like that was basically staples in Dreadnought, in Stifle Not times back in the day.
It was a good deck.
No,
I remember.
it was
Stifle Dreadnought.
the
Yeah,
problem.
at some
I
point
mean,
it was.
Stifle Dreadnought, I think it was just okay until there was Fatal Push being
yeah,
printed.
of course. But
this
this
is,
is
I talk about
way in the past.
Way in the past,
Yeah.
Fatal Push was really a bummer for the
Yeah,
cards,
Fatal
but
Push.
that was the problem with. I concluded
Well, I
on.
think that was
I
the
just
problem.
play Fling with it. They can't push my Dreadnought then. So this was just.
You want to remove it? I remove it myself.
Yeah. So yeah.
So but the basic story behind this is that you as a shop owner, you accept our idea as implementing proxies for at least the legacy
I
event.
hope so. Also, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I hope so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have already ordered them, so everything is on its way.
We also don't know how this will affect the legacy community, but hopefully in a good way.
Yeah. I mean, we hope for at least 30%
In
attendance
a
for the first
healthy way.
week. Yeah.
Maybe 50.
Maybe 50. I mean, if you think about it, maybe we can get legacy FNMs bigger than modern FNMs.
Oh, that would be so great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at the moment it's close, but yeah,
It's close, yeah.
we had 30 people on modern at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we had
big shoot for the stars.
45 people or something like that for modern as an highlight for an FNM.
But
Yes,
a lot
30,
of
more
modern
than 30.
people I asked already said that with this proxy ID they will try legacy at least.
Yeah.
So maybe they will
Yes, it's a cool format, so
come on.
I mean,
more people will play Legacy.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, I mean, a friend of mine, he has now everything for ninjas except, I mean, Force of Will and the Underground Sea. But he even sent me a picture of an Underground Sea on Willhaben, which is a German, which is an Austrian site nearly to eBay, for 500 euros.
Or Craigslist. It's more like Craigslist. Yeah.
More like Craigslist, yeah. And yeah, he thinks about buying a used now. I mean, he doesn't have the money right now, but he thought about it.
So
at
he's
least.
hooked.
Buying it sooner than later. It's always the right time to buy it yesterday.
I mean, it was really because the German foreign whiteboarded for 500 euros is, for this condition, was cheap because similar versions on card market were around 530 to 550. It isn't cheap.
To be honest, everything we say here in this price category is just perversion.
In relation to Magic, it's okay to talk about it. In relation to, it's just a thin piece of paper. It's just insane.
It's insane.
It's a collectible.
Yeah,
It's a collectible, yeah.
like we talked. We were on this birthday party last Saturday,
Yeah.
and one of our guys from the local group has a fully foiled out stripe pile
It's,
with black
crazy.
bordered, with black bordered tools.
Yeah.
And he's just missing the Guru lens,
Yeah.
or Summer Magic lens or something. Yeah, and
Fabian?
Fabian, yeah.
yeah, definitely.
And we asked him what the net worth of this deck that he's just laying on this grass ground is
On
having.
his picnic
And
tablecloth.
he said he counted it a few weeks ago and it's 23,000 euros.
And
Yeah,
then
the lightning
one
bolt is
city length.
500 or so.
And
Yeah,
then,
it's
and then
amazing.
we calculated the weight of the deck approximately
Of the cardboard.
of the cardboard, not from the sleeves, just from the cardboard, and we concluded that it's how many times
It's double the price of gold
in its weight.
in its weight. Yeah.
And that's just so insane.
I mean, it would be really interesting if now Fabian's deck is more worth than Andy's deck, but I think it should be close because now Andy has every dual blackboarded and he has the Guru lens.
And
But
he
Fabian has 80 cards.
And
So
he has
Yeah, but Fabian has
He
80
has more
cards,
cards
but he
to-
doesn't play a Tabernacle in this list. Am I right?
Yeah,
Strafenpike doesn't play a Tabernacle.
he has a tabernacle in English.
he has
Ah,
one.
I
yeah.
ordered some for 800 or so.
back then when it was cheap. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I mean, yeah, Andy has a foiled out elves deck, and he just played it because he got it now together, and he doesn't even play elves. He plays it like once a year. So,
Anyways, yeah.
but
Proxies, definitely
Proxies, good.
good for
Conclusion.
at least for this. Yeah.
And then another
question,
short
yeah.
question from the local community. The first question was from
From Gino.
was it from Gino? So shout out to our Patreon, Gino.
Shoutouts, yeah.
Shout out.
Thank
Shout your
you.
Brazilian waxing, you dirty boy.
Thank you very much for being our one and only Patreon at the moment. So if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/response-legacy. I think, am I right?
Yeah.
It could be. You
Probably.
heard it in front and.
You heard it in the intro and in the outro, so that is probably right. The next question was from Emanuel Helm, and he's asking you, what are your thoughts about the reserved? Let's just keep it quick and simple, I think.
Yeah, the reserved list is bad.
Okay.
Thanks for answering the question.
Yeah.
Hands down, mic drop.
No. Some additional thoughts?
Yeah, when you have a lot of reserved list cards, you want a reserved list. You want to earn money, of course.
Yeah.
But for the playing, it's bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that but a lot of people that have a lot of the reserved list cards, but not the whole bunch. It's a lot of legacy players that have like 40 or 40 duels or something like that. They want to abolish the reserved list, but there are vendors that have like, multi-millions sitting in reserved list cardboard.
Yeah, I think when they correct the reserved list, it's also possible that the cards keep the price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially the old copies. I mean, for damaged revised, I think they will go down.
Yeah, for sure.
But everything that's collectibles like the alpha, beta, unlimited copies, I think they will keep the price because they're basically the collector version of the cards. The revised copies, the quick and dirty played card, but not the alpha, not the beta.
Yeah, but I want maybe guys want a reserved list card.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true. That's true. So,
Okay, now we had some thoughts about the reserved list. We go back to Magic now,
Yes,
which
the
is a little
biggest-
bit strange, actually.
Why?
Why do we say back to Magic?
I don't know. Maybe we have a really, really big announcement.
Now 35 minutes into the podcast, we have a really big announcement. That's kind of strange.
That's kind of strange, yeah.
this must be really, really big. Just as my dick.
Your deck, your
My
deck.
deck. Yeah, my deck.
You're playing Urine now.
Yeah,
In Painter.
I'm playing Urine Painter.
This is certainly important for all people around Europe. We have, since the pandemic of Corona, managed to organize and now announce an event which is happening next year in February, which is called Back to Magic.
Woo! Back to Magic.
Back to Magic.
Back to Magic.
Oh yeah. We as the Austrian Legacy League and also as the In Response crew managed to organize this with the city of Ansfelden
Yes.
and also our local game store, the game store Linz. And it's basically a GP Lite, I think,
A cheap light, yes.
with 3 days of legacy and also a lot of side events.
Full of magic in
It's
general.
full of magic, and it's the unicorns flying around.
Where am I flying around?
Nah,
First of all, we should just point out the basic data of these events.
oh yeah, for sure. Before we hang out in the details.
Yeah. When will it be happening?
So the Back to Magic event is happening on the 25th to 27th of February 2022.
Yes.
So
Save the date.
Save the date for sure, yeah.
STDs for everyone.
save the
Save the dates for everyone.
and it's happening in Ansfelden in Austria.
Yeah.
That's
Close
basic.
to Linz.
Yeah,
Close
that's
to Linz. This is one of the more central towns in Austria in general. So it should be easy accessible for a lot of people around Europe and in the further surroundings.
And it's very near of the Linz airport.
Yeah.
That's
So I also think I'm not sure if there will be a shuttle service or something.
I think
We haven't talked
They will
about
organize.
have-
They will organize shuttle service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they said something like that. And but the really big news here is it's a 2-day main event and it's a 5K.
It's a 5K, yes.
So with a guaranteed prize pool of 5K.
Yeah,
with-
this is important to emphasize. It's guaranteed.
yeah, it's guaranteed.
It's-
5 fucking Ks.
Yes.
Yeah,
fucking K.
this event is
Regardless of players.
the biggest prize pool in all of Europe, probably
Yeah.
at this point.
At this point, at least
Because
since
not
the
even
pandemic.
the MKM series
Yeah.
or the card market series have such a high prize pool
Yeah.
For a single event. Yeah.
for a single event.
yeah.
And this event is called the Austrian Legacy Masters, and it's a 2-day event starting on Saturday
Yes.
with I think a cut of top 16 or cut of top 8. I'm not
16
sure
or
now.
16.
This
Cut
is
of
top
yeah.
16.
Cut
Yes.
of top 16 on Sunday. And what's really cool about this is that we as a crew can live stream this whole event.
Yes. You will be-
Commentated live stream on Twitch.
Yes.
So we'll have commentating from us, starting with a pre-game show where we talk about what is the local meta, what is the meta in general, where we talk about legacy, how is the event, to show you the location and everything.
Also,
The
when-
people they are there, and also some deck tags.
Exactly,
Yeah.
the people. We have some special guests that we will announce at some further points. We will talk about them, and these are some great personalities in the legacy community and from the surrounding in Europe.
Yeah. So we have this, we have the top 16 on Sunday. Maybe we can get a special guest on the cast even. So yeah, I think you will have something to look out for.
Can you explain the modus on the day 2?
Day 2 will be a group stage, then concluding. We looked it up from the Beijing
Olaf from the Beijing
Olaf
yeah.
tournament. So you will have 4 groups of 4 people, and the top 2 of each group. They play a single round robin in each group, and the top 2 will
Advance into the top 8.
advance to the top 8, where we'll have basically quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. And everyone in the top 16 will have a guaranteed prize. So yeah,
So if you are top 16, you can't lose anything.
exactly.
And that's what was really important for me, because if we try something something like that, such a strange tournament structure with the group stage, then I don't want to feel anybody to feel bad about it.
Yeah.
If they have to drop out of the group stage, and so at least they have their prizes, and but at a 5K event the prices aren't really that low. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but wait, there's more.
There's more. Yeah.
On Friday we have a Legacy FNM warm up. So
Just like maybe your typical local game store, you can play FNM, which is has the legacy format, directly at the event.
So you can try out the latest deck list.
Yeah.
You can change the last sideboard
You
cards.
can make
or,
a meta check, for example.
for example.
We are also planning an super sealed and Friday night sealed and Team 2 sealed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will also happen on Friday.
Also happen on
Yeah.
Friday. Yeah.
So if you aren't even playing for Legacy, but you are just listening to a Legacy podcast because you like our casual way of playing the game, you can play in this team trial and play some Seal together with 2 of your friends or even 2 unknown people. I think there will most likely be someone running around and asking, hey, do you want to play Legacy with me in a team? Because I have no friends here. Because this is the prejudice about Legacy or Magic players in general. No, but if you don't have anybody to play with us.
Yes.
In a non-sexual way. But yeah, we will have a lot of stuff going around on Friday. On Saturday we will start with the main event.
Yeah, with the main event, and there will be we're gonna call this flashback legacy tournament. So everyone who is dropping out of the main event can play again in another flashback legacy tournament
On the same day. On Saturday.
the same day.
Same day. Yeah.
So there's still some play for you, even if you unluckily have
if you
dropped
go
for the
out.
main event, for example. So there's lots of magic still, even if you just wanted to attend the main event.
Yeah. And even if you don't want to play Legacy on the same day, you can just drink draft. And
that's so
afterwards,
great.
Later in the evening,
It's
yeah,
later,
we are
yeah.
planning an chaos draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just a chaos draft.
No. Yeah.
You get your beer with it,
Yeah.
and probably the biggest news here is there's a
A metal concept.
Metal concert.
Yeah, rounding the drink and draft up.
Yes.
So
On Saturday evening.
on Saturday evening. Yeah.
Saturday evening, yeah.
So you've got the best of all worlds. You've got booze, you've got magic, and you've got rock.
That's nice.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, is the band already booked?
Yeah, they
I
are
think so.
booked, and
What is the name
and
of the band?
The draft is after. Also, the concert is after the draft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have the name of the band? Is it Roll Wolves?
I think so. Right?
I'm not sure about this
Okay.
We will announce them
Yeah.
on our Facebook page.
concert, but it's a metal band.
It's a
Okay.
metal band.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
so
it's a
we
metal
will
band.
announce it on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
You can find us on Austrian Legacy League or on Game Store Linz or on ABC Ansfelden.
Exactly. We will have the links in the description of this episode.
Okay, we have to make longer show notes for this time.
Exactly. But isn't all
I've got to
about
write
legacy.
this down. Longer show notes, the fuck.
But isn't all about legacy? We have even a second chance legacy. I think we said about the 1K or something like that. But
On Sunday, on Sunday we are organizing a modern event, a big modern event.
and a modern event, yeah.
2.5K modern event.
2.5, yes.
2.5, yeah. And also
And
the top
the
16,
second
yeah, the top 16
And
is
the
also on
top
Sunday.
16 will resolve for legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's basically a whole weekend full of magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a really nice location.
The location is really, really nice.
You can check the location on.
We will put the link in the show notes.
Yeah.
On ABC
On
Ansfelden, something like that.
We will definitely put the link in the show notes. And there will also be side events on demand.
Side events on demand, yes.
And why I can't emphasize this.
There will be some stuff to eat directly on the location, because this was something I had on a recent podcast. This is something that is really, really, really important, because you don't want to run over a handful of streets just to go to a nearby McDonald's, because there's nothing to eat there.
Yeah.
There will be something to eat at the venue directly.
And also, Matthias Kollross is signing cards.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had drawn the latest copy of
Dark Depths.
Dark Depths, yeah.
The Ultimate Masters version. Also,
A lot of other cards. But
he has drawn Tatiova, Benthic Druid.
Yeah. Is this the one that is a commander card?
Yeah, the Commander card, yeah.
Okay.
Commander.
And I think Cleansing Wildfire is also from him. One of the latest.
Yeah,
Has also
that's true.
always painting 1 or 2 or 3
Yeah.
cards each
Per
set.
set, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of his art, and his art is really, really good,
Yeah.
just come here.
He's also designing a playmat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the playmat. We're getting a special playmat from him
For this event.
For
this
this event
event.
only, yeah.
that you get with your registration.
And the
You
packages.
can, if you go the Plus package or something like that, packages will be announced in a few weeks or something like that.
Or
Just
in the
keep
next,
updated
or
on
the
our
next
Twitter.
days, maybe.
Or in the next days, we don't know. We have to conclude on this a little bit. But yeah, there will be packages where you can buy only the entry or more stuff, and in one of these you get the playmat. But you can buy the playmat also directly on the venue.
On the venue, yeah.
And I also think we are just promoting this event here and just advertising all the time. What happened with our podcast? But
It's just exciting.
that's one thing I just wanted to add here. I think we talked about adding a door prize that gets randomly chosen on every participant in the main event.
Yeah. Just for participating.
Yeah, just for participating. It's a playset of signed Dark Depths by Matthias Kollross.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, something that we have to say, because there was recent a secret GP, if you heard about it.
The CGU.
the CGU event, about COVID restrictions. We will look close up how COVID works, or how COVID is basically from time to time, and the event will be held under the then current restrictions by Austrian law.
Yeah.
So just look it up, and we will keep it updated online for you. We will post on Twitter under the ALL, or our podcast or something like that. So you will have updates how the COVID situation is in Austria and how we do about it.
How we will handle this, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But there are plans for it, so...
Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, definitely.
Hope for the best.
And tickets go on sale, I think...
It should be up pretty soon, actually.
In the next few weeks, probably even in August.
Definitely in the next few weeks. You can buy the tickets for the main event on the website
from the
ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're putting the link in the show notes for the tickets.
Yes.
And we will tweet about it on the Austrian Legacy League.
Yeah, for sure.
And promote it on our website, which is austrian-legacy.com.
So
I think we can wrap this episode here up. If you like what we are doing, and if you want to support the show, you can support us on patreon.com/response-legacy or response legacy. I certainly have to look it up. You can find us on Twitter. It's @response_legacy. You can find me on Twitter. It's @FinnecMTG, PHINDKMTG. And also you can find us on Facebook, like In Response, the Legacy Podcast, and Austrian Legacy League. Where can we find you, Peter, on your social media?
I think we have to first ask our guest where we can find him. I think it's at www.gamestore.at or something like that.
You can find us in Linz, in the Friedrichstraße 2.
that's a bad idea.
In the
Actually, just come by.
in the web, magic-linz.
Yeah.
Dash.
Magic-Linz.
.at.
On Facebook. Yeah.
And Facebook.
Game Store Linz.
GameStore Linz. And you can find me on Twitter. It's @UnicornLord, but the O in the Lord is a 0. Where can we find you, Daniel?
Also on Twitter, which is @FlyingDelver, of course.
Without the of course.
And so if you, just for the last couple seconds, if you have feedback regarding the podcast or feedback to the event, just email us in-response@gmx.at.
So, in response, the end.
This was In Response, a Legacy podcast. If you enjoyed the ride, feel free to support the show by following, leaving a review, or subscribe on patreon.com/response_legacy.